What is good, fam? You know who I am, Wealthy Westbrooks, back with another video. If you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and join the tribe. And if you've been tuned in, then you already know the vibe. Yeah. Look, man, look. I'm about to hit the workout right now. I'm about to throw some creatine into this with some liquid caffeine, bro, because the bulk is in full effect. Comment below. The bulk is in full effect. Are you bulking with me? Are you shredding? What are you doing? What are we doing? Do you even lift, bro? Listen, I want to talk to you about some things today. I want to make it real clear. Listen, I'm going to talk to you about some signs, how to know you're the black sheep of your family, but destined for wealth, right? The term black sheep often has this negative connotation where it's like, ooh, like you're lesser than, or it's like demoralizing, or it's like you're a disgrace. Nah, none of that. If you actually switch the connotation to a more positive light, what it really means to be the black sheep of your family specifically, or just of the generation, or just in the group setting, it just means that you went against the norm. Like you didn't really do what everybody else did, right? A lot of people are just so caught up in this conformity of like, oh, family first. And dude, yeah, obviously family's everything. Family is super important. But it's like people don't ever do like what they should do as an individual to become the best people and individual or a person that they can be to then take care of their family oftentimes, right? Like they limit their own growth and sacrifice their own potential to be there for the family. Or in other words, sometimes people who are the black sheep, they're like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, right? Like you might just be like somebody who's like, bro, like here's a sign right here. Like you might just be like, I don't want to stay in my city. I'm feeling like you might not want to be living in the city that you're in, or the city that all your family's in. You might want to go expand your horizons. You might want to see new things. Bro, that's a sign, right? Everybody in your family is like local. They're thinking small. Like they just, they're comfortable. They're happy, right? Just kind of like living their life, like where they're at for the most part, you know what I'm saying? But then there's you, and you just have these like different, like extra crazy thoughts, and you're just kind of like thinking larger than life, thinking bigger. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have conversations about traveling, and they're like, I don't want to do that. Or like you talk about, you talk about business plans, you talk about just things, and then their mindset is not like yours. You feel me? That's a sign that you're the black sheep of your family, because they're just not, they don't get the universal downloads, right? That's another sign. Like you get downloads from the God, man. You get downloads from God, the source, and intelligence talks to you, speaks through you, right? A lot of people, they don't have that connection. They don't have that gift. They don't have that conviction that there's a bigger purpose and that they're here for more, and they're just okay living this low-level average life. And then there's you, who's like, do you see what I see, right? So that's another sign. It's like you have just more going on in your mind, right? Like you're not thinking small, right? You think different. You think more abstract, right? Like you come up with ideas. You come up with creative concepts, like you're always kind of not questioning or like being skeptical, but you're wondering, right? You have this curiosity, this natural curiosity, for life, this tenacity for life, right? Like you kind of just this vigor, like you just want to go out there, and then especially as a man, right? We just want to, like you want to just max everything out, dude. Like you just want to max out. Chances are you're the black sheep. Because there's people, and you have family, you might have brother or sister or cousins, whoever, aunts, uncles, and there's people show glimpses of it, but like you're the one who's willing to go all in. Like you're the one who's willing to burn all bridges, cut all ties, book the trip, take the flight. Like you're the one who's willing to do that. You're the one who's taking the risks. You're the one who's taking the responsibility to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm going for it. I see what you can't see. Right? That's the thing about the chosen one, right? That's the thing about being the black sheep, bro. It's like, that you're destined for greatness, right? And these people, they can't see it, bro, because again, you're preordained. You've been selected. You've been selected from a higher power, bro. Like you might think this, you might know this. You feel that within your soul. That's another sign. That's another sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see people, they're just not the same, bro. Like, the people in your family, you try to talk to them about leveling up, talk to them about like evolution, you know, certain principles, laws of the universe. You try to put them on game, you try to put them on books. You try to give them esoteric knowledge, you try to just help them and enlighten them, and they're just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know what you're talking about. That's another sign, right? You might have all this information. You might have just figured out the truth of the world. And you walk around and you're so excited about it. You're so passionate about it. You're so fueled up and fired up that you just know now. You just know how to help people, you just know what to say. Like, you know the solutions, right? You got the answers. You walk around and you try to help people. Like, you try your best to shine the light and guide people. But for whatever reason, they don't see it how you see it. They just not hearing it. They're not picking up what you're putting down. They don't see it. They don't get it. They question it. They doubt it. They're like, what do you, huh? They think you're crazy. These are the signs, fam. These are the signs. They try to bring you back into the matrix. They try to bring you back into reality, right? They try to bring you back into their frame of thinking, that which is not free, right? If you're a free thinker, good sign. Chances are you're that one. You're the black sheep. And all it means is you have courage, you have bravery to go against the grain, to go against the norm. That's all it means. It means that you've taken the willpower that God has blessed you with, and you've acted on. Look what Jesus did. Jesus was a leader, bruh. Jesus carved his own lane through his own path. And look at these greats. Look at Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say her name drop because you know what happens to certain people when they have that much freedom and that much influence and that much impact, and there's that much but like, bro, I'm just giving you an example. Be free, be yourself, live life now, here. Right? You had that mindset. That's how you know you're the chosen one. That's how you know you are the black sheep, because these other people, like people in your family, they're not on that type of time with you. They're not even they're not thinking like this. They don't speak like this. They don't operate like this, bro. They're not making the same connections as you. They're just not. And now you've got all this family, but you feel like they might not even know you, or you might not really even know them, just on a superficial level. Why? Because it's like that you're just not. It's just how it is, bro. Yet alone with all the world, how things go, everyone living their life with the media and all this stuff. Like, nah, obviously you love them. They know you love. Like, there's connections, but at the end of the day, it's like you're the one, bro. You're the one who decided, like, yo, I have to figure out myself and my life and my purpose more than I have to just make sure that, like, I'm right here with my family 24/7, 365 days a year. Right? Some people don't ever have the opportunity to really spread their wings, bro, because they're so controlled and just influenced by family, or they're so just their setting, their environment. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. I love my family. Let's not get it confused. Let's not get it like misconstrued, bro. Like, I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my grandmother. I love my grandfather. Like, I love my aunts and my uncles and my cousins. Like, I love everybody. I miss them. Right? But I also know that if I just decided, like, well, let me make sure I can just be there for every holiday. Let me make sure I can be there for every event, every occasion, bro. Like, I would miss my opportunities. I would miss my life, right? And that's how you know you're a black sheep, right? Like, you know that your life is in God's hands, and you just listen to the calling, and you realize it's like, yo, like, you're going to be the one to do it. You're going to be the one who shows your family, bro. Like, you know how much I've shown my family just through social media, just through me living my life, just how, like, I've shown them what's possible. I've shown them places in the world, parts of the world that they never seen or thought about or knew existed. So I'm just grateful to be able to do this, you know? And that's how you know you're one of the chosen ones, bro. Like, you just have this desire to help your family, and you want to be the one to come back with the gold. You want to be the one who went out into the world as a conquistador, like, you know what I'm saying? You just went out into the world and just straight conquered this shit, you know what I'm talking about? And it came back with the loot, came back with the bag, came back with the W, came back with the story, came back with the throwing, you feel what I'm saying? Came back with the crown, bro. That's what it's all about, you know? And that's another sign. It's like you hold yourself to just a higher standard than most people in your family. Like, they don't really care that much as you. about just, hitting the next level. Like, you're like, nah, what the like, I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to be as healthy as possible, as rich as possible, have as much connections as possible, see as much as possible, do as much as possible, be as much as possible. Like, I'm trying to live my life to the fullest. And then other people, like, they pretend they are, like, but they're not really doing it, because you can tell by their lifestyle. So that's how you know you're a chosen one. That's how you know that you're one of the black sheep of the families, because you might not be the only black sheep of the family. Don't get it fucked up. Like, you could have a few, you might have a few cousins or brothers, like, and you two and you three, you're your little group, and you guys like, family, let's go with the family. And then you change your family dynamic. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, because family is just here to support you. Like, we're here as a support, as a unit, bro. Like, someone's got to go and win. Someone's got to go make something happen, right? As a family, I think that's important to understand. That. So, like, if you have a family and your family matters to you, which it should and it will, like, bro, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, a lot of us, we should all be doing as much as we can to better ourselves and the collective of the family. And sometimes that incorporates, I should say, let me slow down. Sometimes that incorporates or includes or consists of just having to, be here, there, and separate, and not always physically present, or just having times and gaps where it's like you're just handling your business. You're in your growth stage. You're working. You got your head down. Like, I'll miss you. I love you. I want to see you. But it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, the mission, right? The mission. Like, it's a big mission. Like, we got to just, divide and conquer. And I think that's important to be able to do. But yeah, don't let the world and anything like this, like, make you feel like it's a problem because you're trying to focus on you. If you're somebody like me, bro, like, you've got to get isolated sometimes, because you know how important it is to be able to just be in silence, to be still, right? To be able to receive the information, to pray, to connect. So it's like, these are just some signs, you want to learn. You have this just thirst for truth. You have a deep connection and empathy and sympathy, but you have the ability to kind of like turn it on and off as well. Like, you can be very cold and detached if you wanted to, or you can be very like connected and one. So you have this sort of ability to transmute energy. That's how you know if you even know what I'm talking about. Like, words like transmute energy, about the vortex, about your chakras and stuff. Like, you've studied different things like this, where you led yourself down this path of just enlightenment and spirituality, and being one, and you like the sun and you like nature, but you also like money. Like, you've gone through like the battle of the spirituality, the polarity, the duality, and you just kind of been on that whole type of vibe. You're a chosen one. You are, bro, because most people are not thinking about that type of stuff. Most people are just watching random shows, doing dumb shit. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, tap into everything. Learn around you. Be tapped into current events. But, bro, listen, I got to go in on this subject because I made a decision today. Matter of fact, I've made the decision early in my life, a long time ago. But I've reaffirmed today. Specifically today. Maybe it was yesterday, but it's just dawned on me. Bro, first of all, I'm not regular. I'm not trying to be regular. I'm not even trying to associate with anything regular, anybody regular. I know that might sound crazy, but let me explain. So let me just break it down. It's like, bro, why would people try to talk you into just being regular? Like, no, I'm good off having a regular life. What is that? Like, a regular, okay, why though? Why? Because regular means you're probably broke. Regular means you're probably like afraid and living like below your potential. Regular, like the majority of people, right? The masses, which is the average, which is the majority, that's the regular. They're just doing barely getting by. They're just doing the let me plug my phone in. They're just doing like what they can based off of like what they're dealt with, without realizing there's so much more to go get. Like, they just sit around doing regular stuff, having regular conversations, having regular like thoughts. I'm not having none of that, bro. They just want to drive regular cars, like live in regular like situations, have regular environments, have regular results, and I'm not with it. I would love to have extraordinary, irregular. With the irregulation, they just like you come around me, bro. It's not gonna be regular. We're not doing regular shit. We're not having regular conversations. I'm not doing it. I'm really like, I know this sounds crazy, but I can't, like, a regular woman, for example, bro, like,
Yeah, you might have a regular girl who's this and that, but bro, like, you gotta understand, bro. Like, most people are. What comes with being regular? Like, just not being stimulating, not being sophisticated, not being on top of your shit, not being an entrepreneur, not having the spirit, not having the gift, not being connected to source. Most people don't have this infinite intelligence. Most people don't have this connection to God. Most people don't have this information. Therefore, being regular, really, to me, put you at a disadvantage. I don't want to be at a disadvantage. I want to be at an advantage. How can I be at an advantage? I think that's the thing. Most people look at being irregular or being like having this extraordinary, extravagant, or over the top lifestyle. Bro, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. Look at the clouds, bro. Ain't nothing. I'm not trying to see a regular sky. You feel what I'm saying, bro? Nothing, bro. I'm not. Everywhere I go, I need it to be just whoa. Like, you feel me? The colors, bro. The vibe, the energy. Regularity is just out, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. A lot of people are cool with that. A lot of people settle with that. And that's the crazy part about it. Is like, you get around regular people, they just do regular shit. They just stay at a regular level their whole life. And they're just like, it's just regular, bro. Like, I'm not interested. Why? Because I've been there, I've done that. I've seen it. Got the t-shirt, got the bumper sticker. You feel me? Got the mug and all that, bro. I'm not like the magnet. You feel what I'm saying, bro? I'm not trying to do, my life is not regular, bro. It's just never been regular. I don't think regular. I don't see the world regular. I don't talk regular. I don't believe regular. But it's just what it is, bro. And I stand on that. I'm owning that, bro, because I've realized that the majority, and I'm not even here, bro, like to hate or throw shade on nobody, bro. Like, live your life. But what I'm realizing, because let me put it in perspective, bro. I'm out here in Southern California, right? Bro, these people out here, they think that it's regular to be driving nice cars, and they think, like, most in specific areas, right? So when you see the bigger picture, you realize, okay, so like, it depends on what you're born into, right? It depends on what you've been exposed to. Bro, like, once you've been exposed to certain shit, like, you can't go back to being regular. You can't go back to having a regular life. You can't go back to being regular, like, period. Like, once you get jacked in the gym, bro, you're not gonna want to go back to just having a regular body. Once you get a supermodel, bad woman, sexually, just everything you wanted and just gorgeous and submissive and all this great, bro, you're not gonna want to go back to the regular chick who's giving you problems and headaches and just being weird. You're not gonna want to. Once you go back to, you know what I'm saying? Once you go to a night, the rest like a 5-star Ruth Chris, bro, have a nice steak, bro, a nice filet mignon, bro, you're not gonna want to go back to the Applebee's, bro. Have you that regular ass 20 for 25, whatever, 2 for 25 dinners. You're not gonna want to do it, bro. I mean, you're gonna be like, all right. And that's the thing. You're gonna talk yourself into it. A lot of people talk themselves back into that regular mode. A lot of people around them in the situation because most people are regular. And I'm not saying like, bro, like, I'm not trying to put people down. Like, just being regular, I get it. But strive for more. Like, strive to have just a life that's not regular. Because that's regular is boring. Like, regular, everyone's doing the same. Why would you want to do that? Why? Have a life, have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, stand out in a way. Like, damn, bro. Like, go take a vacation, bro. Go somewhere, places no one's ever been. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do something that most people around you not doing, bro. Like, everybody's talking about sports, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows about sports, bro. Okay? Everybody knows that shit. Cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, everyone's like, everyone knows about like the same clothing lines, bro. Like, just change it up, bro. Get in your own lane, do different shit, bro. Stand out, create shit, bro. That's what I'm trying to say right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And or just like, it don't even gotta be super rich and abundant, like cost a lot of money, bro. Like, you can go just do something completely just not regular. Like, regularly, people, you know, playing Call of Duty video games. And by the way, that's fire. Add me on PS5. Big Racks, bro. BIGRACKSBRO. Big Racks, bro, on PS5 network. But besides the point, bro, like, that's fine. Like, you want to sit around and do that. But I'm saying, like, you can do different shit, bro. You can go play frisbee golf, or you can go bird watch or whale watch. You know what I'm saying, bro? You can take your car to the racetrack and drive it on the tracks, bro. Like, you can do a lot more than you just think, bro. Like, most people are just doing regular shit. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you don't have to drive a regular car, but you can drive whatever. You can become a pilot. You don't got to get a regular job. You know what I'm saying? Like, the list goes on, bro. You don't got to have a regular hairstyle. You can get a different. But I'm saying, like, don't. I suppose, like, pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Don't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out of pocket just doing a whole bunch of irregular back and weird and shit, like irrenormal. Like, nah. You don't want to just be like There's a difference between being regular and normal. Like, this is like, what is normal? That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother video. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of me getting on this video is just like, bro, like, I think people try to like limit you. You try to like, people try to like hold you back a lot of times, or like just like we self-sabotage and limit ourselves so much because the regular, like what seems regular is just like achievable. It's easy to do, right? Like having a life that's like full of the most wild experiences and blessings and being able to contribute to the community and help people at the highest level and being rich and having financial freedom and driving fancy cars and having nice houses and just living that extraordinary. You see people living this life and you're like, how? Bro, they may have been born into it, granted. But it is all about decisions. It's about choices. It's about mindset. It's about understanding their self-worth, their self-value. You understand me? Like, bro, most people, like, it's regular to not have much self-worth. Like, people are okay with minimal. People are okay. Most, like, majority, right? Regular people are just okay with just, like, oh, like, they're like waiting to go to heaven to be, I don't know, to, like, live good life. Like, oh, I'll just suffer my whole life here. And then when I die, it'll all be happy because I'll be happy. Like, nah, bro, God wants you to be happy on this planet right now. God wants you to be abundant in this earth and help people and shine on this earth, bro, and be rich in spirit on this earth. God wants you to have a life that's fruitful, be fruitful, multiply in every way. Your wisdom, your money, you know what I'm saying? Your clientele, your results, you know. I want to get this point across to you clearly. There's so many ways I can articulate it. I need to learn more words. Like, I'm about to read. I got to read more. The reason you got to read more is because, and that's the thing, most people don't read. Like, read more books, right? Read more books. Educate yourself. Why? Because first of all, bro, especially in the black community, bro, they didn't even want us to read, fam. They didn't even want you to read. You understand that? Back in the day, like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, like, bro, they didn't want our people to be reading, like, centuries ago, whatever. I don't know how long ago. Check the history. But the point is, bro, you know this, bro. Blacks, whites, minorities, majorities, like whatever the case may be, bro. Like, they were holding back the truth that was in books, like the knowledge that's in books, right? The written word. Because if you can read, you can figure out the truth. You can put things together. If you can't read, think about how ridiculous that is. Now you're just going based off of what you hear, what you see. Now you're really gonna be tapped into source. There's people out here who are winning in life. They probably can't read because why? They believe at a higher level. But the point is, bro, if you can read, in which you should be able to read, having more thoughts that you can put into words, right? The word format, it allows you to understand what you're going through. It allows you to decipher it and prescribe meaning to what you're going through. So having the ability to understand words, having a wide, eclectic, diverse vocabulary allows you to explain things and explicate things and break things down simply, right? And describe things clearly. You understand me? So that's the power of reading. You learn new words. You learn about feelings. You learn about thoughts. You learn about the greats. I like to study great people. You know what I'm saying? Do you think great people are bro, look at the greatest people of the earth, bro. They're not regular, bro. Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, bro. These guys are not regular. You get what I'm saying? Bro, like, I'm just gonna leave it at that, bro.